The IQ of the average American citizen being the size of a literal fucking peanut, it shouldn't be very surprising that literally anyone can get elected into office. Well, not really anyone can sit in that seat. You have to either be related to a certain someone or take enough money from other people's pockets to convince these families you're good enough to take a chance on. In this video, we're going to continue the discussion surrounding why politics pretty much suck ass, and why, when you really break it down, there pretty much isn't a single politician you can genuinely trust. If a person can relate to anything discussed in today's video, or you just have been simply enjoying my daily dinner commentaries over here on the page, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, opinions down below, and subscribe to see my daily videos right here on the channel. And a huge shout out to Tam for you guys checking out those links down below in the description. Those are always some best ways to support me and the content around here. Now, let's begin this shit show.
If politics is your only identity, you're a loser. I think politics is stupid. I think it's important, obviously, yes. But I think if you constantly delve into politics and that's your only personality, that's the only thing you're talking about, you're just a bomb. Oh, well, Trump this, fucking Kamala that. Bro, shut the fuck up. And one thing I hate too is people are like, oh, well, you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. You're just a piece of shit. Politics doesn't define who you are as a person. You could be a total fucking piece of shit as a Democrat or Republican and you'll still be hated the same. Or you could just be a good dude. It doesn't matter who you like. It really doesn't. I'm a relatively conservative guy. I lean more towards the right. But just because you might lean more towards the left doesn't mean I look at you any different. I don't care who you love. I don't care who you marry. I don't care what you do to your body. As long as you're a good person, that's all I care about. And that's all life is about, is if you're kind and you're a good person. It doesn't matter who the fuck you voted for. And I think a good majority of people are like this. They just don't care. It's not that deep. Oh, well, I voted for this person. Cool, you have that right. Do I agree with you? No, not necessarily. Doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking hate you. That's what the media is doing. Like, they're turning everyone against each other. It's really not that deep.
Despite where you personally fall on the autistic scale of red and blue and right and left and, you know, politics, whether it's because of your family indoctrination, which your parents have been drilling into your head all your life, is that this is where we are, this is our family, this is what we vote for, you better not, or else you'll be shunned from the Thanksgiving dinner table. That could be the case. Or whether you grew up and, you know, the city you grew around, the people you grew around, and the school you were taught from, maybe that changed the way you think about things as well. Or maybe just your friend group, or let alone just who you are as an individual. That could genuinely change the way or the place you sit on this scale of, you know, like I was talking about, autistic measures, which is politics. Because at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of these politicians are not really there for you. They're there for themselves. This is a job, guys. This is a job. I know it's volunteer work, but they get paid more than the average citizen. And they also get a lot of leeway in terms of what they can get away with and the people they know. And as much as it seems like anybody can get elected into this democratic process, yeah, it seems like it's not really the case. It seems like you really got to know people. You really have to be somebody. You have to be born in certain families or be worth enough to a certain point where they actually think you're worthwhile. But when it comes to opinion-wise, it doesn't really matter, I don't feel like, because at the end of the day, they're all coworkers. And we don't want to really believe that. We want to believe, like, oh, Trump and Biden hate each other. But, you know, whether they put a human body that's damn near a it's like damn near a corpse that is, like, just dying slowly, and they have puppets behind them trying to...
So can we all collectively just agree that the two-party system has got to go? It's absolutely worthless. It's done nothing but cause division in this country and pit Americans against each other. We need to get the money out of politics, and we also need to get rid of the little R in front of people's names and the little D in front of people's names, or the I. What we need to have is a system where candidates run on the issues. Candidates that are not running on a party line, and candidates who are funded not by PAC money, but by individual donors of their constituents. This whole two-party system is a complete joke. Neither party is unable to do anything worth a damn for the American public. Each year, it gets worse for the average American citizen. The prices keep going up, the wages keep staying stagnant, housing goes up, the cost of everything goes up, and life just gets more and more difficult for the citizens of this nation. We need to stop having this two-party bullshit session, because it's just people voting for their favorite team. It's like watching NFL. It's WWE. It's reality television for adults. Two parties that constantly just butt heads with each other, and we get nowhere. We just keep spinning the wheels. It is time to get rid of the failed two-party system in the United States of America.
Or whether it's an orange, well-tanned, loudmouth man who just says whatever he can to get social media clicks, it doesn't really matter. It's all about getting the attention of the public to distract them from what's really going on and the fact that nobody's really in control of any of this shit. We're all just peasants at the end of the day. I always found the idea of America's democratic process so humbling. It's so great. You get to vote in office who you want to. If enough people want to, vote out certain people, they can be vetoed out. All this stuff. Not veto. They can be, what's it called? Impeachment, the peach. They grasp that, they hold it, and they run out of the White House because they're not wanted anymore. In reality, there's really only two parties. There's red or blue, there's right or left, and there's, whichever side that's already been chosen. Because, yeah, there are other options, and but Americans constantly get gaslit that those are actually available options, when it's really like it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, when the election's over and the whole population votes, the Electoral College still kind of makes the final couple of says, and the president at hand, do they really hold that much value in terms of what they do? They genuinely do, but they're more of just a puppet to portray what I feel like the government was already going to do anyway. They just don't want to take the full blame for it, It's just common American tactics.
Every capitalist, I think most of the folks watching know this just from their personal life, every capitalist is always trying to either make more money or survive competitively by saving on his labor costs. But here comes the contradiction. If all capitalists are reducing the number of workers they pay or reducing the pay they give to their workers, what will result is that the working people have less and less money. And if they have less and less money, they can't buy what the capitalists are producing to sell. The capitalists, therefore, are destroying themselves, but they have no choice. They have to save on the labor outlay, and then that comes back and bites them in the rear end because there's no demand. If you've been so successful becoming rich as a capitalist, you've killed yourself. How did it keep going when the people didn't have enough money from their wages to buy? The solution was credit. We loaded the world up. House credit, that's your mortgage. Car payment credit, nobody buys a car except by paying out. Credit cards, which didn't exist before the 1970s for anything but traveling businessmen, and only a small number of them. And then when that was not enough, we loaded up, for the first time in American history, an entire generation of students who can't get a degree without loading up with tens of thousands of dollars of debt. We kept the system going. People could buy stuff even though their wages didn't pay for it by borrowing. And in 2008, the predictable happened. It turned out your fix only lasts for a while. The problems of capitalism now are so severe, so systemic, so global, that we're beginning to wonder whether this system is going to find a way out. The people on the other side of the political fence are very worried too.
As an American, this is something that me and my buddies always kind of joke about, which is not funny, but it's just the reality of it, where it's like, the huge part of our country is propped up on war. War is so profitable, and war is never ending. And I understand if you look at the past history, if you ever studied any sort of history in school or just outside of school, it's nothing new. This is how human civilizations have been, conquering and building and demolishing, and it's always been around. So it's nothing new. And obviously these days in modern times, we try to have like a civil take on wars, but obviously we're kind of past that now that now you literally just get blown up. You can literally train for years and become the top sergeant just to get blown up by a $30 drone by someone completely hundreds of miles away. So definitely interesting reality. But do you guys personally feel like this is just normal times? Because as Americans, we always like to brag about how we're the top place in the world, how we don't really gotta worry about anything, how so we have so much military power, there's not much of a worry in the world. When in reality there always is. But and I'm very blessed that a lot of our tax dollars do go towards keeping us safe or whatever, but in reality, is it really keeping us safe, or is a lot of this money just going to things that are most likely maybe not the best for the society, for the community? I don't know. What do you guys personally feel like? I definitely feel like everybody who is putting themselves on the line for the country deserves to be compensated fairly for those measures. But at the same time, we also see a lot of people just write off their VA benefits and their disability benefits when they don't. It seems to be sketchy. So when you're a taxpayer, you really got to think about where this money's going. And at the end of the day, none of us get to choose where any of it goes anyway. Despite where you personally fall on the autistic scale of politics, if you personally want to leave your thoughts and opinions down below, why you believe certain things you do, why you feel certain ways you do, and why you live a certain way you do, I love to hear those down below in the comments, as well as I love to read through those, sort through those, and respond to the ones as I see fit. And a huge shout out to him for you guys checking out those links down below in the description. Those are always some of the best ways to support me and the content around here, as well as all you guys just showing up every day, checking out the content, supporting. I more than appreciate that. So, God bless. Kind of like I got for this one, so bye.